Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips for your writing. They are tenses, adding dialogues, adjectives and adverbs, and cohesive devices. Let's have a look at the first one first. Tenses. For tenses, when you're writing stories and picture descriptions, usually we will use past tense. For example, one day, Tim woke up. In stories, when you want to write 2 actions in one sentence, you can use past continuous tense. For example, the phone rang when Tim was reading, and you can see here, rang is the short action, we use past tense. And reading was a long action, so we use past continuous tense. At the end of a story, usually, the characters learn something. So when you're writing a lesson learned, you can use present perfect tense with should be. For example, Tim has learned that he should be patient. And the last part is the most difficult part. It's about dialogues. That means when people are talking. In dialogues, tenses may change. For example, here, Tim said, comma, open quotation mark, I want to have. So here you can see said is past tense, but inside the dialogue, it can be present tense. So you need to think very carefully which tense to use. Speaking of dialogues, let's go to the next part. Dialogues. So dialogues means someone is talking. Adding dialogues to your story can make your writing more interesting. Level 1. The easiest way to write it is by using say or said. For example, he said, comma, open quotation mark, thank you, full stop, close quotation mark. Or, open quotation mark, thank you, comma, close quotation mark, he said, full stop. And be careful about the format. So use the comma, open quotation mark, back letter, and then full stop, close quotation mark. Or you can start with a open quotation mark, the things they said, comma, close quotation mark, and then use small letter, and then write the said. So you may say, this is level 1, is there level 2? Of course. Level 2 is by using better words. For example, when you are asking questions, you can use ask, of course. Tim asked, where is my bag? And by replying or answering, someone asks you a question, or someone is talking to you, you answer, you reply. You can use reply or answer. For example, Tim's mom answered, comma, open quotation mark, it's on your bed, full stop, close quotation mark. And then we comes to different volume. That means you're speaking loudly or speaking softly. When you're speaking loudly, you can use cry, shout, or yell. And when you're talking softly, like this, you can use whisper, like when you're talking in the library. So I've just talked about speaking loudly or softly. So those are adverbs, which is our next part. Let's have a look at these sentences first. Which one do you think is better? A or B? I think most of you will think it is B. The handsome hero fights bravely with the evil witch. Why? In sentence B, the sentence here, there are some adjectives, handsome, evil, and there is an adverb, bravely. So first of all, adjectives, we use it for nouns, and adverbs, usually we use it for verbs. So why do we need to write adjectives and adverbs? We use adjectives and adverbs because they can make the writing more interesting, and then they can let the readers know more about the characters. So this hero, not just a stupid hero, not just an ugly hero, but is a handsome hero. The witch is not a kind witch, it's not a nice witch, but an evil witch. One more thing. Adjectives and adverbs can help the readers understand the story better. Talking about adjectives, do you still remember ed adjectives and ing adjectives? Ed adjectives, we use it when we're talking about how we feel or when some characters feel. So usually, we use ed adjectives on characters. As for ing adjectives, we use it on people or things that give you feelings. So, ing adjectives can use it on characters, events, that means something people do, and also we can use it on things. So one last point for adjectives. You can use to. Do you remember too? Too weak? Too tired? Too scared? And we have just learned about similes. Remember, as cold as ice, strong like a lion, something like this. Maybe you can use it in your writing also. Last but not least are the cohesive devices. That means the linking words. Cohesive devices looks like a big word, but it's nothing new. The easiest one, and, or, but, you learned it in primary 3. And then when it comes to primary 5, you have learned about although, so, and then you learned so that, because, and then also you have learned to, also. These words can help you organize your writing. And then some linking words can help you to tell your story one by one. For example, a long ago, once upon a time, tells the reader about the time. Or maybe you can even use yesterday or last week. And then when you use however and suddenly, that means something changes in your story. Maybe there is an accident, maybe someone cried, something break, and then we can use soon, after a while, at last, and many more to talk about time. Or maybe after 5 minutes, after 3 days, something like that. And then lastly, when you want to talk about different parts of the story, you can use first, and then next, then, after that, even moreover, maybe you know it. And then at the end, you can use finally, and in the end. These words can help you write your story one step at a time, and then one by one, help you put your ideas into sentences, into paragraphs, and into your whole writing. Now it's your turn. Try to do your writing. Try your best. I know you can do it. Bye bye.